Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I am Nelson, you're watching Nature Nell, and if you're new to my channel, perfect timing. Thank you for stopping by. Please hit that subscribe button. You don't want to miss everything that's going to be blooming this year and all the spikes that are coming out. If you are an orchid nerd like I am, you just stopped at the right place because this year 2023 is full of amazing tours and projects and blooms that I want to bring to you, and I've been lining them up since 2022, so fasten your seatbelt. It's going to be a very fun ride. So without further ado, let's go look at some blooms. All right everyone, we're going to start right in front of my terrace area where I keep things under the roof, so that way I can control the amount of water, even though I do have a misting system above that sprays against everything and keeps it moist in the summer. In the winter, I keep it off and only turn it on maybe once a week because it will do a number on your orchids. Now, I want to start with this one because if you saw my haul video, these I've already showcased, so I don't really want to repeat. I want to give you something more on this video. This is an aristocrat, which I don't know why I heard back in the day in 2019. I bought one for me and one for Blanca. It was a gift for her. It's when I was a viewer, just a viewer, not a friend yet. And I remember that I got this from Krull-Smith, and I didn't even know who Krull-Smith was. I know now because I see that the stuff that I got was from there, and it's surprising me that even back then, when I didn't even know, I was shopping at their booth. I bought several things at their booth, so I've always been, on board with their orchids. And in my most recent visit, they had a sea of these orchids in their nursery. I visited Krull-Smith. If you guys haven't seen that, I have it like a video or two videos back, and these are beautiful. And he talks about these, and he talks about the crosses that were created and all that, I believe. And when I got home, lo and behold, there it was. Mine was blooming as well. It was a surprise. I didn't even know she was budding. So this little Cattleya here is about 2019. Yeah, that's like 4 years ago, right? No, it's like 3 years. But anyways, it will be 4 or it will be 3 because the Tamiami show is just coming up, and I will tell you guys about it at the end of the show. Now, you saw that I got this beautiful piece as a gift, handmade from an artist in Jamaica, from the Orchid Doc when she was down here visiting me, and I found the perfect spot. Why didn't I think of this? Isn't this gorgeous? I'm so happy with that piece. It's perfect. And of course, I keep a lot of my potted blooming stuff here. So unfortunately, my Phalaenopsis schilleriana, look, from the cold weather, this is what happened. The plant is okay. She'll be fine. She has 2 beautiful spikes coming out, but it's going to lose these leaves. It happened once before. If not, this would have been really big. I also got this at the Tamiami show in 2018 maybe, and it's giving me blooms throughout. Now this one right here is the one that we know as the Brassavola nodosa. Now they tend to sometimes be a little wonky like this, especially when you've had a cold snap. They're not very they're not happy with the cold snap. They're I believe they are native to Florida. Somebody told me that the nodosa, or a type of nodosa, is native to Florida. If you guys know about that, correct me. So if it is, it really doesn't handle these extreme cold snaps that we've been having. But this beauty at night, let me see. No fragrance, but at night the fragrance on this is intoxicating in a fabulous way. It's beautiful. And I believe this is Lewis's. He got this from our neighbor. She gave it to him as a gift. I've spoken about them before. They were orchid growers, and this is one of his favorite. He likes white orchids. That's his thing. So she gifted him this, and I put it on this mount And look how well she took. Brassavolas really do like to be mounted on wood. It's like their nature. What is their nature? Anyways, here is the Francis Fox. Now, I don't think, let me see. It had a tag, but the tag, Francis Sunspot. Or maybe this is the tag. No, this is not. I think that's the tag to my Mocara Sunspot. I'll write it down like I usually do. This plant comes from Pam's Orchids in Bloom. I bought this in 2020, I believe. And it has given me so many spikes. Look at this. I'll keep showing you. There's another one here, another one here, another one here. Now I think this blasted because of the cold weather. I'm not sure because they do come out that color. See, a little darker. So when you see them in a lighter color, sometimes it just means that the cold weather really did a number on it. But listen, only one. That's all, you know. And I did get, I'm trying to focus. Come on, buddy. There's nothing else to focus on. There you go. So I did get some yellow leafing here in the back, but nothing bad. I mean, the plant itself held well, and I kept them all out here, guys. I did not take them inside at all. I didn't even water them. So I think the not watering made it better because, you know, think about it. When you get wet out in the cold, you're able to survive the cold, dry, not wet. So the plant is the same thing. So they didn't get watered for about a week. And I touched the medium and it was still slightly moist. So it's perfect. But see, some of my monkey, that's my monkey face orchid from Cuba. And it got one yellow leaf. So all in all, guys, I am not complaining. It could have been much worse. Now this it bloomed again. And I love this Cattleya. It's a gift from my friend Kelly, Orchids in Paradise YouTube channel. And she sent me this all the way from Hawaii through Jeremy from S&W Orchids in Hawaii. And is this not a gorgeous Cattleya? Look at that. The thing broke. Everything's breaking because the weather here is just so bad. This is a Chin Chiang High Sing something diamond. I'll write it down. But the colors on it is so gorgeous. And there's another one that Krull-Smith has that's similar. It's called Gangshang or something like that. Julian knows which one it is. I'll probably get that one. And it's like a version of this one, but twice the size. Because this one's a smaller, see? It's a smaller Cattleya flower. But what a fragrance. It smells so good. I wonder if it's kind of early. Oh, it smells so good. It's very fresh. It's like floral. Now, if I have time, I'll go back to the other ones, but I have a lot of new stuff in bloom that I'd rather focus on. The other ones that you see over there, you could watch my haul video and I talk about them, the other Cattleyas. This is my Angrecum Crestwood. Look how beautiful that is in the center. Hold on, let me see. There we go. Is that not a gorgeous orchid? And I gotta say, this one at night, it is one fragrant flower. It has these three, they look like, I don't know, like antennas. And then where the actual bug, let me see, I don't wanna, I think it's the bottom one. There's one that it's where it gets, here we go. I think this is the one that the moth pollinates it through. But of course, I don't think we have the type of moth that pollinates these flowers. But this one gave me on each stem 4 flowers, 4 very healthy flowers. It is absolutely beautiful. I can't wait for it to be completely open. And again, this is a crestwood. Now, this one's almost on his way out. This is what they call the Darwin orchid. I did buy this at OFE's. This was one of the hauls that I forgot to mention in my haul. But I'm mentioning it now, so it's a little bonus. And what I love about this species is that this came out in National Geographic as what pollinates something so long like this? What has such a long tongue that can find the opening and just drink from the flower? And they found the Darwin moth. That's why this is called the Darwin orchid. I don't know what came first, but anyway, both are called Darwins. And if you have a chance, check it out on YouTube. They have several videos on how the moth actually pollinates. It's so interesting. So, of course, this has been a bucket list of mine for many, 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 many years since I saw that when I saw it on National Geographic. I don't know if it was National Geographic or Discovery Channel. And I said, one day I'm going to have that orchid. By the way, I only had Phalaenopsis back then. But look, the power of intention. I own it today. And who would have thunk? It's an Angrecum. And speaking of Angrecums, here is a mini. And this lovely Angrecum is always, always blooming for me in its blooming season. It just never, ever disappoints. I'm trying to get the tag here. There we go. Because it makes it easier for me when I show you the tags. There you go. Angrecum leonis. And this too at night has a beautiful fragrance. And again, they are known for these crazy, I gotta find out what this is called. I forgot. Is this sepal? Is that what a sepal's called? No. Oh, Nelson, someday you will get it. It's just, I try, guys. You don't know how much I try. I read, I research. I record it in my head, and then when I start recording these videos, what's this called again? My dad used to get so frustrated with me in math because I would get it right, and then a day later he would ask me and I had no idea. But anyways, you can still be successful that way. Just don't ever give up. So anyways, this flower is so fragrant. It is just one of those that I want to create a cologne and wear it all the time. And I love the whites in Angrecums. It's just such a pretty color. And by the way, I'm going to show you this real quick. I'm trying to learn to turn this camera around slow because I know I want to go fast to not spend too much time, but I know it makes you guys dizzy. This I got at OFE Orchids. Here's the name in the back. And the little plaque in the back that's on is from Just One More Orchid. It's an Arangus mysticeti from Malawi, I guess. And I bought this in hopes that it would bloom the first year I got it, because I bought them in these little plastic bags and it looked like nothing when I first got him, but it has turned into a spectacular little mini orchid. And you'll see I always put an inset of the flowers when it's only in bud, and I can't wait to see these in bud. And they remind me of the Angrecum. Now I wonder if Arangus and Angrecum are the same family. Look at my Andersonii, guys, from the cold weather. It's so sad. But you know what? This happened before to her, and she came back stronger. She got very strong after that. So nature knows what it does. So I'm not too worried. Okay, here we go in the big area of blooms. Let's start with my Ben fragrance from Ben Young. As you guys know, this is my favorite fragrance in the greenhouse, and it's a very giving vanda. And this vanda, they actually make several different types of, well, they don't make different types. They hybridize. The Ben fragrance is a hybrid vanda, but it never comes out the same. Some of them look a little different in color, but the fragrance, sometimes they're so strong, and this is one of them. It smells like vanilla shake. It has a sweet buttercream. I can smell it from here. Vanilla type of extract. It's just, oh my God. And when you put your nose right up to it, it's so strong that you feel your brain tickle. My brain gets tickled when I smell this. It's just so delicious. and a very pretty color. I love when the sun hides because you get the... Now look who decided to pop out again. My Vandopsis. Guys, you don't know how difficult it is to bloom these. You have to feed them a lot. I feed her at least 3 times a week with 20-20-20 full dosage. That's how strong it is. This is the name, Vandopsis parishii, Ascasenda guashia long. And this was a gift from Teresita, a good friend of mine and viewer. And if you see, it has another little one coming out. So I think this cold weather has really made these vandas and other orchids like spike extra, because I'm noticing things that didn't spike before are now spiking. So, you know, this is such a beautiful flower. This cranberry and yellow is just one of my all-time favorite tones or combinations. And right next to it is Xena. This is I think it's just Xena, Vanda Xena. It's from Banyang. And like I told you guys, sometimes when Banyang orchids start blooming, they usually all bloom at the same time. So you'll probably hear me speak a lot about Banyang throughout. Isn't that not the most beautiful little yellow flower? And it has a fragrance. When I got her, ooh, that smells so good. It smells so good. When I first got her, Ben told me, no, that's not fragrant, the Xena. And I was so disappointed. I was like, oh. And so sure enough, the first year, nothing. This year, it gave me 2 spikes, right? See, last year was that one spike in the back. It gave me 2 spikes, and it's so fragrant. There's honey in there. It's like honey. I don't know. It's just really, really good. Sorry, I got my nose wet. Now next to it, it's funny. They all kind of start looking alike. I put them together purposely because they have that same look, even though they're not the same. This is not from Banyang. This is from RF Orchids. I got this last year at the Tamiami Orchid Show that was held in Redland Fruit and Spice Park. And this one, let me see. I think it's a very light fragrance. Let me see. This one has been blooming a lot for me. This is like the 3rd or 4th time it bloomed since I got it. Here we go. It's a spire or something. Vanda Kent Spires, Smoth Waiai? Or no. Yeah, I guess it's or Smotha Will, crossed with Vanda Denisoniana, which I'm dying to get just a Denisoniana. I don't have one of those. Well, I think I do, and it died on me. But anyways, it's such a pretty flower. It has, and these, they were all different. Some were more spotty, which I was hoping this would be spotty, but it wasn't, unfortunately. It was one they had that had the yellow spots on it. This one, it kind of bleeded the yellow with cranberry-ish color, and it created like its own tone. So, but it's still a beautiful flower. Now, let me see. My queen, of course, she's always blooming. You know, I take for granted because she's always giving me flowers. What is happening with the focus today? Hold on a second. I'm going to stop and start again. No, it's taping at high definition. All right. So I always take this one for granted because it's usually blooming for me, but this is my Dendrobium Green Flash, who won a beautiful ribbon, 2nd place at the Redland International Orchid Show last year. And I am the proud pageant dad because it was my first time entering anything, and I was not expecting for her to get anything, being that it was first time, and she did. And it was actually a lot of fun to do. I enjoyed the whole experience. Would I do it again? Absolutely. But I will know better how to present things, and because there is a way of doing things in these when you present and I did a lot of things that were required, but there's still a lot more to learn. Now here it's almost out, my Mimi Palmer cross with Tessellata, how beautiful that is. I'm trying to get a good, because now the sun is in a really awkward spot. Hold on. Yeah, the sun's in a really awkward spot, guys. I'm sorry. That's as good as it gets. And I got this at Krull-Smith, and she smells like grapey candy. It's a beautiful, beautiful flower. It has these like veiny purplish on top of like a limey green. It's just, the lighting right now is not so bueno. Now look who finally bloomed since I bought her. My Volcano Trick Volcano Queen. And she is full of blooms this year. Look, she has more there. She has more in the back. She has a new one coming out there. So she is a heavy bloomer. And look at the colors on this orchid. How gorgeous is that? I love it. It's such a pretty orchid. And it's as pretty in the back as it is in the front. It has that nice halo on the edge. It's such a rich color. It was a great idea to put her in here. She's going to be a showpiece in a couple of years. This is the first year already, and it's already going to be a nice little showpiece. I could only imagine like in 5-6 years. Ooh, it's going to be wonderful. All right, here's another Banyang that has been blooming forever, but I'm going to show her again if I can. No, I don't know if I'm going to be able to, because this one's kind of hooked in a bad way. No, guys, I'm sorry. I don't know if I'm... Hold on. There. And you'll find a spot that I can show it. This one is a Ratchaburi. Hold on. Why is it always on the opposite side that I need to film it? It's so well timed. Askasenda Ratchaburi Beauty. And I got this at Banyang's. He usually has a lot of these in spring. And it's just such a beautiful yellow. It's such like a saturated yellow. I am in love. And I don't have a lot of things this tone. Most of my yellow flowers are not as yellow, or they have too much obstructing the yellow. Let me see. Now here is my little Tolumnia from Springwater. Look how gorgeous this little thing is. You know what? Hold on. You don't weigh a lot. So let's put you in a spot that I can showcase you much better. I actually like you there. Look at those Tolumnias, guys. How gorgeous are they? No, my shaking doesn't make it any better. Now, these I get from my good friend Tan from Springwater Orchids. If you guys like Tolumnias, he is like the man to reach out to. He always has different colors, and all year round he always has something in bloom. And this one I got from him, I would say about a year ago. And I loved, of course, you know, the combination of the red and yellow has always been something that I love. And to see it in a Tolumnia like this was just, you know, such a treat. And I paid a hefty price for this. I think I paid $50 because he says it's a special type of cross. And I just recently saw a species in Brethren that is a Tolumnia species. I can't remember the name. If I remember, I'll put it here on my screen. And it has sort of those colors. And he says that most Tolumnias today, Philip was telling us this, have that species in them, in their hybrid. Now up here, I decided to put this Oncidium Wildcat here. It was dying on me. Like I said, Oncidiums here do not like to be in pots. I also got this from Tang, or Tan, from, I always say his name, wrong, is tongue from Springwater Orchids. And by hanging it, the flowers cascaded down, which I love this effect. I really like it. It's so much easier to look at. It looks natural. It looks like the plant is supposed to showcase its flowers like this. And this goes to show you that when you mimic nature, the plant will give you exactly what it does in nature. It's just so pretty and so vibrant. And it's from another mount from the Orchid Supply store, which, by the way, guys, if you want mounts, check out the Orchid Supply store. They have some beautiful, beautiful different mounts. And now the owner, Ken, has a YouTube channel. He's had it, but now he's actually talking on his YouTube channel. So I will put down here the name of his channel in case you guys want to check out the owner of the Orchid Supply store, his own personal collection, how he keeps it. He's up in Georgia, so he does keep him in a greenhouse, and he shows you his whole entire system that he's done himself to keep them warm in the winter. So if you guys are living in a cold area and you have a greenhouse, check his channel out. You might learn something. Oops, sorry. You know what? I got to start moving these. Everything keeps growing, so I bump into it. These are my other Tolumias that are about to start blooming. I don't know if you guys recall me putting this on this foam, on this cork. And there you go. And it did suffer a lot. I lost one. And this one, the cold weather was just really bad. But again, not complaining. I think it could have been way, way worse. All right, let's walk on over to the quick tent. This is my quick tent greenhouse. I kept this one sealed. I closed these little windlets. I call them windlets. And I sealed the front here. You can also do it. This is the name of the company if you guys are interested. And I put a heater in here, and I got to tell you, it was so comfortable to be in here during the cold. It was like 44, 45 degrees at night. And I would come in here and I would literally take my jacket off, and it just felt like I was in this little teepee that was heated. It was so amazing. So anyways, I want to show you, because I did come in here in my haul, and guys, if I don't show you certain things that you see in the background, it's because it's already in my haul. So I'm not going to repeat it, to make this too long. Actually, let's start with my Wilbur Chang. This Wilbur Chang, it has a sequential spike. And at the end of this spike, it'll continue. I love this. I never get enough of this. If you guys want to see how this flower, hold on. If you want to see how this flower gets pollinated and you see the bug getting trapped on this little lever here, I call it the lip is like a lever. Check out my Krull-Smith video that I just uploaded in December, and you will literally see a fly trapped in there. It crawls out, it has the pollen connected to its head, and it takes off to pollinate other flowers. It is the most incredible caption. It was pure luck. It was the orchid angels, as I always call them, putting things in the right alignment for us to capture. And I am a true believer of that. I don't care if you call me the crazy orchid man. All I know is that I'm the one having the experience, and it's freaking awesome. And if you want to see that experience, just check out that part in the video. It's mind-blowing. It's literally National Geographic type of caption. So see, it has another one here. So it shoots out what looks like a halocasia or a birds of paradise type of flower shoot, and then it just puts out one flower. Now if you don't like stinky stuff, don't ever go in there. do not go in there. It smells like, I don't know, dirty laundry. Orchid Doc said it smells like poop. Yeah, pretty much. So now right next to that one, which has the same complementary colors, is my Dendrobium antelope, or Dendrobium chocolate antelope, that I got from Udeli's at the OFE's Orchid and Supply store. And they usually carry some orchid festivals throughout the year. And this was one of those festivals I went to, and I purchased this beauty. Look at these Dendrobiums. I'm so in love with antlers now. It's like one of my new obsessions to collect. because now I know how to keep them. Before they would die on me, and I realized they need to be in an enclosed area like this, with just enough light hitting it to brighten everything up. It's very bright in here, by the way, and no hard wind hitting it. And the leaves will always be super healthy. I just wish my water didn't have so much calcium, because this, guys, comes right off. It's just calcium powder from the lime rock from our well water. So it does cause that, but it doesn't really hurt the orchid. So anyways, that's my chocolate antelope. Isn't that adorable? They're very hard to capture or film because of the lankiness they have. And also it's a darker orchid, so it's going to cast a lot of shadow. Now this one is one of my favorite from Ecuagenera. It smells like sugar cookie. I'm going to put on here, I'm going to flip it to a video I took the other day and show you a better view of this when they were both in full bloom. This is such a delicious smelling orchid. It smells like a sugar cookie. I always say those Dutch cookies that you buy in the blue cans that you get in the holidays, and when you open the lid, it has a sugar buttery smell. That's exactly what this flower smells like. Every time I have people here, I say, you want to smell some sugar cookies? And when they smell it, they're like, oh my God, that's exactly it. So anyways, I got this at Ecuagenera. This, the name is Mormolica. Mormolica rubescens? No. Oh yeah, rufescens. Mormolica rufescens. And again, it's just such a great little flower, and so unique, and so plentiful in its fragrance. All right, now if you want to know more about this one, go to my haul video. I spoke a lot about it. I don't want to like double speak. These here are all my what they call noids, N-O-I-D, which means no identification, or as people know them, the Phalaenopsis moth flower. Now moth flower is just, there's many different types of Phalaenopsis. This is a moth flower Phalaenopsis. So is this. So is that. But then there's other Phalaenopsis. Unfortunately, I don't have any. Well, yeah, here. This is a Phalaenopsis. This is more, I don't know what the difference it would be between this one and this one, as far as how would you call them. I just know that these are called moth flower because of the shape of the flower. So when I term something, oh, I got a moth flower Phalaenopsis, this is what I'm talking about. And all these are from MS Orchids. It's in the Redlands on Chrome Avenue. If you guys haven't visited that place, please go. It is just, I'm telling you, my friends have gone after I put the video up, and they're like, I can't believe I never stopped by that place. It's like, it's a paradise of blooms and colors. And I go, I know, it's really, really, really awesome. And so they have some spectacular Phalaenopsis. And the best part is their prices are so good that it's the perfect place to buy gifts. This year I bought gifts there for the holidays. I bought some flower for some friends that I know that love orchids, and you know, they get something that it may be a moth flower that, you know, that people say, oh, it's the basic one, but they don't look like this. They definitely do not look like this. They're on this place is a whole level of orchids. I mean, look at that. This is where that skittish bug was, if you guys remember seeing that bug. I did get him though, by the way. For you guys that were worried, right after I finished filming in here, I turned off the camera and I went back to it and he fell. So I picked him up and threw him very far away. Now this was a gift. Let me see if I can get a better lighting on this. Okay. This was a gift from Roxy from Orchids 365. She's also a YouTuber. She owns a company that does these beautiful 3D. Then I also got this one over here. She does 3D containers for orchids, and she herself is an orchid collector. So I do like to buy from people who collect orchids when they sell a product, because, you know, they're testing it on themselves. So, you know, it's not just something they're putting out there to make a buck. you know, orchid supply stores like that. You know, the guy is actually an orchid collector. He knows orchids pretty well, and he has a greenhouse, and you know, he knows what orchids need. So this was a gift from her, and it's called the lipstick plant. And from what I hear, it's a native of Jamaica. Could you imagine having this in your property, just growing wild? Oh, it's so gorgeous. And as you can see, it's called a lipstick orchid because of this piece that comes out of the crown. See, it has that little red crown. That's the first thing that comes out. It comes out like this. Oh, it's so hard to focus in here. And then slowly, you start seeing it peek through like that. Oh, come on, phone. You've been so good lately. And then eventually, it pulls out with those two little fangs. It looks like a little Muppet. Let me see. Tell me if that's not the cutest little face. Look at that. That's adorable. Looks like a Muppet. Yeah, but it's even though it's very bright in here, the phone is not capturing the brightness. I don't know why. I guess it's a different type of diffused lighting. All right, guys, that is it for in here. Let me try to keep it closed at all times just to control the bug population. I think that's it. I don't have anything else. We are finito. Anything else? No, that's it. We're done. All right, guys, I'm gonna turn this around. This is a view of my yard. Everything's coming back. Oh, and by the way, I put my pink princesses right under here. So I'm gonna see how well they do. So far, so good. They did well with the cold snap, and it looks like they're ready to start climbing up that tree. It's gonna be beautiful once it goes all the way up there. All right, let's turn this around. All right, folks, that is it. That's the end of today's tour. I hope you enjoyed all those beautiful blooms. There was a lot to show and a lot to share, and a lot more to come. So many more spikes. I hope you enjoyed everything I had to offer, and also what Miami has to offer. If you guys haven't heard, here in Miami, Florida, this month alone, bougainvilleas could be a little bit pokey. Right there. That is the poster for this year's 2023 Miami International Orchid Show. It is always one of my favorite. It's held by the Moats family, and for me, it's near and dear to my heart because that's what started opening my mind to other options of orchid buying and learning from growers and vendors on how to keep them. So they are a big part of why I have a lot of orchids today, and they're a reason why I have some of the biggest orchids today, because I've had some here that are 6-7 years old that I got at the international show. So I will be there Friday. Friday's gonna be the day. Ooh, it's so windy. My phone's like it's on a new type of phone holder, so it's bouncing with the wind. Live and learn. I won't use this again on a windy day. I will be there Friday filming. That's gonna be my day to film. And then Sunday will be my meet and greet day. And the reason I'm doing it that way is because it's very hard for me to film when I speak to people about all kinds of things, because I'm a chatter and I could sit there or stand there and talk to you guys for a very long time, not realizing how much time I'm taking up. So it's not that I won't say hi to you if I'm filming. It's just if I'm filming, I'm going to be more focused on that. I just don't want anyone to take it personal. I am not that kind of person to ignore anybody, but I am purposely taking Sunday as just a walk around day so I can say hi to some people and take pictures, and hopefully I'll keep it at 5 minutes a person, because I will be with some friends from out of town, and I've had it happen before where they come, friends come with me, and unfortunately they have to stand there for 10, 15, sometimes even 20 minutes talking to people about certain things, and it's not fair on them. So I'm having a good time, but they're not. So hopefully I will be able to do that and keep it under 5 minutes per person. So anyways, guys, let's push this away. And I hope to see you in the next episode. I hope you like what I had to show. I always try to remember if there's anything I'm forgetting towards the end. So that's why I always look kind of loopy in the end, because I'm like, okay, am I forgetting anything to mention anything? I always do. It's a lot of things. And the more I do this channel, the more it grows, the more information, the more things I have out there. So anyways, I'm sorry if I forget anything. Thank you so much again, guys, for watching my channel. I am Nelson. You're watching Nature Nell. And remember to always, always keep it green. See you next time.